Three, two, one. Welcome back, Wayfarer. Hope you are doing well, wherever you are, whoever you are, and whenever you may be receiving this transmission. This is the second, as you can see there in the title. It says deuce. I believe that means two in Latin. All right. So this is the second attempt at a live stream. The first one got cut short. Um, I tried to mute the microphone and then I had a disconnection problem. And so I'm not sure if this one's working any better than the last one, but the camera, once again, did not turn on. So we're doing it from the dark, which is just going to have to be what it is, right? I swore to God I would not clean this downtown apartment anymore if they weren't going to keep it clean. And I've come back to stay here on the weekend. I'll probably go back to my dorm tonight, maybe a little bit later this afternoon, because they have not been keeping this apartment clean, guys. Like, I realize how valuable I am as a roommate and how like meticulously clean I keep everything. And this place has gotten bad. Like, if they're not gonna do it, like, then I'm not gonna be a fucking servant. I'll keep my own space clean, but I'm not gonna come where I only spend maybe one weekend a month anymore here downtown and spend my free time cleaning up after fucking pigs, man. I ain't gonna do it. Just ain't gonna do it. But it is, yeah, it's getting a little bit dank. If they want to live like rats, then yeah, they can have at it. And so when I say they, I guess I should specify a little bit. Um, this is the apartment we used until my kids got into high school, and this one's downtown, like right at the center of Beijing. And it's yeah, are we good? Is the sound good? No camera though. Yeah, the camera won't turn on for some reason. Free gift from God. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, so this apartment downtown is where we kind of raised our kids from, kindergarten, primary school. We bought this apartment back in 2003. It's kind of small. It's like 100 square meters, which is like what, 300 square feet approximately. So yeah, it's fairly small. It's two bedrooms. There's a little bit of a living room with like a kitchenette, an attached kitchenette, and it's got a bathroom. But it's fairly small. And so when my kids got into junior high, I started working at academies where they actually provide housing for their teachers. And so I moved first my daughter out of the downtown and into the suburbs to go to high school. And then when my son got in high school, I moved him down there. And so now I've got both my daughter and my son living with me in the suburbs. And my wife stays here in the downtown apartment most of the time. She likes to be in the city. And she's been spending a lot more time in my apartment now too, though, out in the suburbs because it's just much nicer. It's bigger, big living room area, big dining room. Everybody's got a bedroom. There's a nice big bathroom, kitchen, etc. So it's more of a proper living space. It's, I believe, 170 square meters. So it's like nearly twice the size. It's like closer to 600 square feet. Anyway, so to round off the story, people need more space. Everybody needs their own bedroom. It's much better that way. People get along better. There's no disagreements per se, almost no disagreements. People can manage their own time, after work or school or whatever, and relax. You can truly relax. You could, you take a shower, you can go in your bedroom and shut the door. And so I have a working space and I'm setting it up so that I'll have a better streaming experience as well. So on and so forth, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If you guys don't know me, I'm if it's your first time, right? Some people stop by for the first time, especially when you're in vertical mode. then don't let it be your last time. Sub the channel, hit the likes, right? Let's get it up to 1,000. We want to get 1,000 subs so we can see how YouTube changes when you get 1,000 subs. I don't know that it'll change at all. I don't know how, like they say that it will. They say you can monetize and start to receive some AdSense from Google. I don't know if that's actually possible or not, or if that'll happen, but I'd like to see this reach the 1,000 sub mark and at least think I'm getting closer to that goal. Um, YouTube has a tendency to do the little here, kitty, 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 right? So they once you achieve the goals they set forth, then they like to move the goalpost and say, oh yeah, well now you got to achieve these new goals in order to do that. And so it's kind of a rigmarole that I don't really feel like is probably ever ending, right? It's an unending kind of scam. This other phone is really fucking up, man. It keeps turning on and off and on and off. I don't know what's up with it. That's okay. I'll put it on the charger and see if that helps. Um, yeah, I don't know if you guys can even hear me or not. I'm not seeing that the chat room is even moving at all. Chat filter, top messages, community moderation. Let me click on that building, on that button, and see what happens. Um, Participation mode, anyone can chat. I guess I could set it to subscribers only. Uh, Message delay, none. Blocked words, none. Community defaults, don't know. Live chat summary. Yeah. So if you are on the chat room, guys, give me a 5 or something so I can see a little action out in the chat room and know that I'm being heard. Oh, yeah, kind of a thing. I'm trying to brew a cup of coffee here. And so yeah, I was complaining about the state of the apartment because the floors are dirty, the countertops are dirty, all the dishes are dirty. They haven't wiped the goddamn walls in front of the sink, and it looks like since I left, it looks like there has been no cleaning maintenance since the last time I was here. And the last time I was here, I broke down and I cleaned floors and walls and surfaces, and I was only going to be here for a day anyway, but I just can't sit in a dirty environment with clutter. It just can't be done, man. It's an OCD I have. I just can't tolerate evil. All right. Not only can I, yeah, okay, good man. I appreciate your free gift from God. Thank you for that. Thank you for the feedback. And be safe, man. Keep your fucking hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road and your mind on driving. That's one of the greatest American campaigns that I ever saw on the interstate. Was I forget which state I went through. It might have been California. I don't know, but it was one of the states, and it had a big highway sign that said "Hands on the wheel, eyes on the road, and mind on driving." And I thought that every time I got tired or I got distracted, and that really worked, man. I was doing a cross country drive from California to New York and all points in between, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho, Kentucky, Utah, Tennessee, uh, Indiana, I believe we passed through, and so on and so forth, all the way across the great United States. I've done that probably a dozen times. I like that drive. I usually spend about 5 or 6 days doing it. When I was younger, I'd do it in 3 days. I would drive from California to Tennessee in 3 days, but that's a little bit hard on the ass, man. These days, I like to take it slower, rent a nice car, stay in decent hotels, visit sites along the way. Maybe take a week of it, right? A week or longer, even if you want. Last time I drove it in 5 days, which means I was still going a little faster than I should have probably. You got to see the states, man. If you ever haven't cross country driven across the United States, you're missing out on a lot. That's a big, beautiful country, man. USA, USA. One of the greatest nations on earth, man. Probably the greatest nation on earth, bar none. Driving home. Let me get those. Where are those? Where did I put those fucking reading glasses, man? I just had them, and I swore I was going to use them to keep an eye on this chat. All right, I got the reading glasses. I got the coffee. I'm good to go, guys. We got it all dialed in. We're good to go. We've got Carolina Trevino, 5733. Good to see you, Carolina. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. Frank Monday, a magician of Solomonic magic and esoteric Taoism. Also, a religious practitioner of esoteric Christianity, right? So I'm kind of an eclectic fella, right? I call upon the Lord thy God, the Almighty, in my magic, and I stand within Solomonic circle and cast magic into the triangle of art to manifest all things, right? I use the tarot and the I Ching, rune stones, Chinese Qigong, and Kung Fu, ritual magic. That's what it's all about here, man. The arcane and studies into the paranormal. Because I really want to truly understand it. I want to see beyond the veil. I'm a priest, as it were. My lineage is actually a Jewish lineage from the tribe of Levite. And so by birthright, I have the right to be one of the bearers the of the chalice of life and the Ark of the Covenant. My people in ancient times were the ones who took care of the inner temple at Solomon's temple. And even if I wasn't, that wouldn't matter because I have the heart and sincerity to do good magic. And so that's what goes on here, Caroline. I'm just keeping you up to date. So if you've had a paranormal experience or you enjoy the spooky, arcane nature of Halloween, Lovecraftian poetry, Solomonic magic, esoteric Taoism with Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching and Chuangzi and uh, Mengzi and all those guys who did great magic, Lu Dongbing, so on and so forth. And if you're interested in the Western mystery tradition, this is your home, right? This is here. I accept. I'm like the low-lying ground. Everyone is welcome, and everyone is forgiven as well. Everyone has a place, except for bad guys. I got to draw the line somewhere. If you're a bad guy, if you're a troublemaker, or you like hanging out in the dirt and the sewer, and you just want to talk a bunch of smack, then no place for that here. We've got another visitor in the chitter chatter room, right? Keep it squeaky clean in the chitter chatter box, guys. Goob FRM Dandy's world. So I'll just call you Dandy. Dandy's here. Hello to you, Dandy. Dandy says hi. Hello to Carolina and hello to Free Gift from God. And anyone and everyone that tunes in, you are welcome, whether it be now or later, right? Whenever you're receiving this transmission, whoever you are, wherever you are, and whenever you receive the old Frank Monday Halloween stream today. I hope you're doing good magic and I hope you have a happy Halloween. Get out there and see some of the beautiful people in the world dressing up for Halloween. Get yourself some trick or treat candy, right? Jesus taught us how to pray, guys. It's very easy. He taught us the Lord's Prayer. I believe it was in Matthew, right? The book of Matthew seems to be one that I'm turning to a lot these days. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, dear Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who have trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Ata malkut vegubra vegudla leolam leolam. Amen. So happy Sabbath to everybody out there that's a practicing messianic Jew that does good magic. Blessings and Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Welcome, welcome once again, once again. Yeah, so I had a wonderful Halloween celebration. Got out, did some good stuff. Don't know if I saw any ghosts or not last night. I was among huge throngs of celebrants, and hell, half of them may have been the raised dead, right? Um, Free gift from God. You're asking. I think this is the second time you asked. Do you have X? No, I don't. I don't use X, and I'm probably never going to. I've tried to use additional platforms like Instagram and Facebook and X to try to kind of promote, but it didn't work. Like, none of it worked. I didn't get any extra subs. Nobody subbed me on those platforms. I do have an Instagram. Just check it out, Frank Monday. And I put some stuff on there. I realized like I had 150 posts or something on there, and nobody cared. Nobody showed me any love over there. So it's just YouTube, man. It's YouTube and Discord. I do have the Discord, and those are going to be the only ways that I interact with this system going forward. I'm not going to add any extra ones at this time. Maybe later. Maybe when I move back to the States one day, I'll start getting more involved with those other platforms. But for now, no, it's hard enough to connect to YouTube from China as it is, even being an American, that I'm not going to worry about too much. The seven petitions of Christ, Dr. D. Good to see you, Dr. D. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for stopping by. Good magic to you, man. I really enjoy a lot of your commentary. I see you in other various venues and platforms, or not platforms, venues rather, here on YouTube, right? I catch you over at Talcadia from time to time, and I also see you. I believe you also follow or participate in TML's show, The Machine Lies. You've been doing some shows in X. Okay, I might need to check it out. I'll check it out on my laptop. Free gift from God. I've got a better VPN on my laptop. And what is your? Tell us about your handle on X. Free gift from God. How do we find you? How do we find you on X? And I'm not a total curmudgeon or luddite. I do know about these other platforms, and I do occasionally interact with them. But I've only got so many free hours in a day, right? And honestly, not that many. Okay, so you've got. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that right now. It's not tree 666 on X. Okay. So I do have an X account. The problem was I tried to log into the X account from my laptop and it blocked me. And it said I had to go through an entire series of security checks to reactivate my account. They said that my internet activity was suspicious due to the fact that I'm trying to get on there with a VPN from Peking, from old Peking. And so I remember I just gave up. I wasn't going to go through the whole process of giving them my email address again and having them send me a confirmation code and all of that. And so they made it harder than it should be to get back onto X. Um, as a result, let's see. Yeah, I think I gave up. I think I gave up. I wasn't going to put that much energy into it. It needs to be mostly easy and at least have the illusion of being somewhat anonymous in order for me to participate. Oh no, and it wasn't just a single verification. They wanted a double verification. So not only did I have to provide an email, I had to provide a US based phone number. And so I couldn't do that. I don't have a currently active phone number that I could have used. So maybe I'll just start a brand new account for X rather than trying to get back into my old one. Yeah, I'll check you out, man. I'll try to reestablish Frank Monday on the X platform, and maybe I'll start Xing with you guys because I do have the app on my phone, and I've just never clicked on it. Um, Elon Musk kind of leaves a bad taste in my mouth because I know he's a bad guy and I know he's a puppet and I know like he's perpetrating a fake space hoax scam type thing, right? And so he's just sucking in billions and billions of dollars from the American taxpayer and he's not doing anything with it and it's never going to amount to anything. And he mistreats women. He's a misogynist. He's got 15 kids or something by 10 different women. And I don't think anybody, if we all can't live that way, then why should he be able to live that way? Why should his voice in the public sphere, right, even matter? It shouldn't. Nobody should give any kind of fucks about anything Elon Musk does or anything he has to say. And he should absolutely be ostracized because he's not living according to even the law of the land or by any kind of moral principle that an individual who was raised that way and thinks that it's the right way would follow, right? You can't just marry and divorce women every few years and have a bunch of kids with them, have a bunch of bastard children running around and you're not even their father and they're just enjoying life, living high on the hog off the American taxpayer by government contracts. And then at the same time trying to lord it over other people and tell them what to do. It's absolute garbage. And so a guy like him, anytime he says anything or any public appearance or any mention should always be prefaced by his failings in character. And it should always be prefaced with that. This is not a good guy, right? He comes from slave money from South Africa, where his dad was engaged in mining of emeralds and minerals and exploiting the local people. So he's that time a plantation family plant. He's a puppet. SpaceX isn't up to anything that'll ever benefit anyone, right? And all of this, and he's failed in marriage a dozen times or half a dozen times, and has 15 bastard children that he's not in the lives of, right? And this should preface anything he says every time he says it. Every public appearance should be prefaced with this introduction of him. And if that were the case, then everybody could look at him and say, "Okay, what the fuck have you got to say? You're basically a failure in everything, and you've bankrupted every company you've ever been a part of, and the only thing that keeps you going is government handouts and subsidies. So our tax dollars are funding your lavish lifestyle of attempting to be a playboy of the electric car, right, and the rocket, both basically useless things." Not only are they useless and beyond useless, they're a burden on society. He's nothing but a fucking parasite and a burden on society. And for anyone to take that autistic fuck serious about anything, it means that they're also insane, right? And so there you call a spade a spade. That's my opinion of him and everything that he touches. So I don't know. I'll try to check it out. I guess I'll come by and say hi. At a minimum, I would imagine. Free gift from God. I like you a lot, man, and I think you're doing the right thing. And I'd like to see you doing live streams. Tell me more about your life. I know you're driving, so don't do that. But whenever you get to your destination, or if you pull over and have an opportunity to chat, let me know a little more about it. Let me know a little more about Not Tree 666 over at X, guys. Shout out to Free Gift from God, everybody. If you are on X, definitely add KNOTTREE 666. Did you hear me right? Did you hear me clear? Make sure you write it down. Capital KNOTTREE 666. Definitely get over there and say hi. Tell him Frank Monday sent you. That'll put the lead in my pencil. So that's my hot take on Elon. If you look at his name, it's actually an acronym. ELON can be rearranged to spell lone, 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 meaning one, right? And then Musk can be rearranged to spell scum. So he's the lone scum. As soon as I saw that, I knew that dude was up to no good. The lone scum, the scumbag. And we shouldn't respect or honor scumbags or give their voice any weight or credibility in the public square. They should be chastised, admonished, ignored, exiled, and their character should be first and foremost, and their wasting of public funds should be criminal. I hate to say it, but even, or I don't hate to say it, I love to say it, in fact. Donald Trump's got a better character than Elon Musk, and he's done a lot more good than, and he's bankrupt just as many companies as well, and probably taken just as much slush fund payments. But I'd hold him in higher regard, much higher regard to old scumbag. Musk, he's not even a U.S. citizen, is he? Right? He's still a citizen of South Africa. So it's like, why is he even participating in the American system? I don't know. It's a good question. It's a damn good question, man. But anyway, yeah, so happy Halloween to everyone. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have an opportunity to go by and check me out at www.buymeacoffee.com/Frank Monday and put a little something, something in the tip jar. That'll make the bell ring. That'll get the old lead in the pencil. We keep trying to do good magic here for you guys out in Happy Land by opening the streams and opening the transmissions and stopping by to say hello on Halloween, one of the spookiest days of the year. I really like it. In fact, there's three holidays I celebrate pretty religiously, and they are October, November, and December, the run up to the winter solstice, right? The very end of the year, the last quarter. It's going to be when I really bloom, man, when I get into the last quarter of life. For human beings, it's 90 to 120. They say that a human season lasts 30 years, 20 to 30, depending on how long you live, right? You can live between 80 and 120 in the human experience. So, by the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine, he set the lifespan at 120 if you live right. The spring lasts from 0 to 30. The summer of life, when you really thrive and flourish, is 30 to 60. 60 years old starts your autumn of life. And most people die in the autumn of life, he said. That's what the Yellow Emperor said. He said, if you don't learn internal alchemy, you'll die within the autumn of life. But if you learn internal alchemy, you'll live 90 to 120 years. And that would be the way to get it done. And I think my winter of life is really when I'm going to flourish, man. When I'm an old man and I can prove that my tactics at getting through life and making the long haul actually work. And so at this point, I'm almost halfway there. Almost. Some would say, hey, Frank, you're already halfway to 100, right? At 54 years old. But not quite yet. I could still feel the spring of youth in my body, right? I've got a spring in my step and my hair hasn't fully grayed yet, right? So I don't think that I'm quite at the halfway point yet. Yeah. Good magic, man. It's going to be good fun, though. Any way you look at it. You could check it out for yourself. You don't have to believe me. It's called the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Internal Medicine. And it's got a lot of really good information in it about getting through the seasons correctly and protecting your chi and living long. And there's even an entire classic of lovemaking where the Yellow Emperor had three concubines that taught him the sexual arts of preserving the masculine Jing Qi, the seminal fluid. Seminal retention, it's really a thing. It does benefit you, it does increase your longevity. So get in the know. I learned when I was 17 that you shouldn't fire the cannon every time you make love. And that if you only fired the cannon once in 10, it would make your body and mind stronger. Make love to a beautiful woman that you're in love with, and then retain your energy and see how you feel, right? You will definitely you'll change. You start to have really powerful electromagnetic energy that you can even call down lightning with. It's just amazing. You'll start to perceive auras brilliantly. You'll be able to hear other people's thoughts and pass telepathic communications. You can do it without dual cultivation, but it's much more powerful if you have a beautiful woman that you're in love with and that you wanna go through the journey with. But I've been a solo practitioner most of my life. Most of the people I interacted with on any level didn't understand magic and didn't understand cultivation of subtle energy. And so I just have to do it on my own. Even my own kids aren't interested in learning about it, right? There's too many thrills and bells and whistles out in the world to distract everyone. Very few people have time for spiritual cultivation. And here's an interesting thing I've found too, a phenomena that kind of baffled me. People here on the internet, who a lot of them claim to be like internet gurus, when you actually get involved with them and start talking about spirit, they want nothing to do with it. They talk about spiritual cultivation till they're red in the face. But when you actually start to try to push the thresholds a little bit and actually uh, inquire to them about spirit and faith in spirit and trust in spirit, they want nothing to do with it. They're completely mired in the world. They're like 100% interested in only materialistic endeavors and endeavors of the world. And they have no thought even of actual true spiritual inquiry or spiritual cultivation, right? They know nothing about it. And and I found out that it's because a lot of these people are coming from a position of failure. They're failures in life. They failed. They were broken. And as a result, they feel like they want to pick themselves up and walk along the path of spirituality, but they cannot stand as mentors and guides for the whole day. Because when push comes to shove, they absolutely have very little to offer other than some stories of failure and tragedy, right? And then coming back after that. But coming back where? There's no success. There's no coming back and having achievement and success to help guide others. And so I find that to be a weak position to start from. Whereas old Frank Monday, he's not a failure. He's a huge fucking success from day one. When my father died, we lost everything. My family, my mother and me and my brother lost everything and had to start from zero, literally zero. And so I was born into a wonderful, beautiful family. Was never a failure, other than the world filled with gangsters. I didn't have any kind of trauma. I didn't take trauma home. I went home and I had a wonderful foundation with which to cultivate spirituality and engaged in the mastery of kung fu and magic and the arts of the boudoir, right? And had many beautiful, wonderful, lifelong relationships with interesting people and educated people. And I never failed. I kept succeeding, winning time and time again. I just kept winning. I bought my first house when I was in college. I bought myself and my girlfriend at the time a car, and I completed college of my own effort, working 3 jobs and going to school full time and put myself through college and helped my mother when my dad got sick and he passed away, and I was the only one that stayed with her. I was a huge fucking success. I was a success for her and myself. I know and people don't like to hear all the stories about winning all the time, but talk about a guy who just continued to win and win and win. I joined secret societies, the Universal Society of the Integral Way. I joined the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. I joined a Thelemic group. I joined an esoteric order of Dagon group. I joined the Order of the Templa Astarte and succeeded. I just kept winning. I won in each of those through initiation and advancement through the ranks. I attended 2 years at Pacific College to learn traditional Chinese medicine. I lived with Master Ni Hua Qing for 2 years as his disciple and assistant, kept winning and winning, right? My dream was to come to China. I came here on a scholarship exchange program to study Chinese poetry, winning, 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 right? In the year 2001. And I kept winning once I was here. I got a great job on television and I did 4 years in TV and 2 years in radio. Kept winning and winning. And then I transformed my career into a career in academia. I've been teaching in academia for 25 years, right? Winning, winning, and winning, just kept winning. And I'm still winning, you know? Two beautiful children that are about, one's already in college, and the other one's about to get into college 2 years. 2 years. And once I get these two kids through college, I mean, that's it. I just keep winning, right? I've been married to my wife currently now for how long have we been married? 23, 24 years. We pretty much married once I moved over. I think it was the second or third year that I was living here that we decided to get married. We flew back to the US. We got married there as well. I've secured not only my property in the States, but my mother's maternal side of the family of their property. And it got robbed, you know, the fucking crackheads robbed me, obviously. But I still got it, still got all of that, and I'm winning and winning and winning. We bought this house here downtown. My wife got her dad's house, and now I've got the house out in the suburbs. So we've got three plus her great grandmother's house. We got four properties here in Beijing. We're winning, right? We're huge successes. Fuck, if you want to win, follow people like me. If you want to hear stories of hardship and failure, then get out there and follow those internet gurus who don't even know anything about God or know anything about winning. They just know about, you know, sharing their failures and their continued failures, which isn't cool. You know, I feel for them, but I'm not going to fucking pull them up by their bootstraps. They're going to have to do that on their own. YouTube's not a place for winners, man. You'll notice that YouTube is mostly a gathering of losers. And very few people like me, who are actual winners in life and successful magicians, have anything to do with this. Very few winners have anything to do with this platform, right? Because they're out there winning every day and enjoying their lives. They're not spending 12 to 14 hours a day streaming on YouTube or Twitch or Kick. They're out there getting good magic done and ruling the world. And yeah, so it is what it is. Sophia, welcome back. I've been ranting for the last 37 minutes, which is kind of quite a thing, right? But I was telling everyone, you know, that a lot of these internet gurus out there, I've talked to some of them behind the scenes, and they're not kind people off camera, right? They're not really that interested in and I'm not calling anyone out specifically. Many of them, they're not winners, and they're not coming from a place of winning. They're coming from failure, and they're continuing to fail, and that is what it is. But that's not what goes on over here. You're talking to a winner, a guy who's won at the game of life through the grace of God, and all glory unto God Almighty. First and foremost, let me get that out of the way. And the reason I'm winning and I continue to win is because I actually genuinely love God and contemplate God in my life. In everything that I think, in everything that I say, and in everything that I do, I call upon the Lord thy God first for power, right? And I realized that source energy, however you may encode that. I'm not asking any of you to worship the God that I worship or to use the systems that I use, but right, it's up to you. It doesn't have to be the name of Jehovah. It doesn't have to be Adonai. It doesn't have to be Christ. It could be whatever Hindu Christic ones you follow or engage in. Do your thing, man. I'm not trying to tell people how to do their job, right? I just do my own job. Okay, Sophia. So if you've lost your way in the struggle with God, right? Then I would say that's good. That's a blessed thing. Give up, right? Let go for a while. God doesn't want you to struggle to be in his good graces, right? People tell me all the time, "Hey Frank Monday, I don't fucking believe in God." I say that's fine. He doesn't believe in you either, right? If you want to be in the presence of the divine hierarchies, then you have to train yourself diligently, religiously, say your prayers, do your meditations, and don't fucking worry about whether or not God's paying attention to you, right? Because he is. And call upon him to send his angels to guide and protect you. And then don't worry about anything else. Just get busy getting busy. Once you've done your adorations, you've done your prayers and invocations, cast your magic circle, and called upon the Lord to bring you the things you need so that you can be of greater service to humanity, then that's going to happen. You don't have to worry about it. It's not that you've lost your faith in God, right? And it's not that you've lost your way with God. It's that you've gotten to the third part of the equation and you're struggling with that. So, do you know my system of magic in the esoteric order of Dagon? Right, I call upon the father god Dagon, fish-tailed god of the sea. I call upon the mother Hydra, all right, Astarte in her good graces. These are Canaanite gods. That's fine. That's the way that I do it. It's a theatrical raising of the energy. The stars align, the shining trapezohedron emerges, and Cthulhu is risen. This is a metaphorical language that's saying there's a father god and a mother goddess. Their interactions in a timely fashion bring about the shining trapezohedron, the pineal gland, and make revelation real that Jesus Christ is risen within you, risen within your heart. It's a metaphorical, alchemical language of studying hard enough so that the two spheres of the brain, left and right, balance so that you can choose to embrace your spiritual powers. In the mystic moment, Sophia, wait for the mystic moment in abeyance. Put the mind. The critical factor is the only thing that's deceived by God being with you. Put the critical factor into abeyance. Say it, right? Say the words, get behind me, Satan, right? That critical factor of the analog function of scanning every single line of code, looking for the answer. Let that rest when the guardian at the threshold, when you know the magic word, the guardian of the threshold lets you walk by without any trouble. When you do not know the magic word of abrahadabra, then every time you approach the gate, the guardian at the threshold prevents you from going into the spirit realm, right? So let the critical factor relax. Command yourself to relax. Inhale and aspire to your holy guardian angel. Exhale and know that you and your guardian angel are one. Beatific, beautiful red gold wings vibrating at a high frequency. Imagine the angel on the card of the lovers. Imagine the angelic form on card 14, temperance, right? Imagine all of the angelic forms throughout the major arcana and their appearance, and know that your holy guardian angel is with you to protect and guide you through the innumerable snares of the earthly sphere, and that wings of that golden, the wings of the guardian angel vibrating at a high frequency disperse all negativity and endless human opinion. Don't listen to the endless human opinion of those around you. You don't got you guys. Here's the thing: you don't want to work towards believing in God. You want to get to know God, right? You got to pierce through the veil and get into the kingdom of heaven, and counsel with God directly. I'm not saying everyone has to follow the path of magic, right? Many people will fall on their knees in obsequies and begging God, but that's not the way magicians do it. We first empower our lives through eating good, clean food and deep breathing and meditation and prayer. And then we sit back and know God. Knowing God is far different than believing in God, right? And I'm not saying that you guys necessarily need to believe in God. I think that you should get to know God, right? And look for, I not don't actively look for, but wait for in the mystic moment after the work is done. You got to do the work first. Once the work is done, there's something called the mystic moment. And in the mystic moment, heaven parts. The moon emerges, the full moon emerges, and the parallel dimensions are revealed to you. Spirits of your ancestors present themselves. The sky is rended by lightning, and then you know it is real, right? Yeah, the miracles will come, right? They will come. I believe this. Stick with me, Sophia. Come with me on some pathworking adventures here on YouTube in real time on a stream sometime. When you're in the chat room and I'm back at my temple in front of my altar, I will help and do magic for you. I will present some PDFs on buymeacoffee.com and I'll direct you straight to them of the invocations I use and my meditation practices. And I'll get this done, guys. I'll get this done before the winter solstice. How about that? As a gift to the community, I will compile a basic handbook on achieving revelation and knowing God. How about that, guys? You can help me, you can remind me, and I'll do it. I'll get it done as a Christmas gift to all of you. And I'll put it on buymeacoffee.com and I'll put it in PDF form and I'll really put my whole heart into it. Maybe 10 or 15 pages, something like that. A couple of pages on meditation, a couple of pages on magic, a couple of pages on invocation, and then just maybe a heartfelt story to seal the deal and put it into PDF form. I'm thinking maybe 15 or 20 pages, something like that. Start small, and I'll make it as a Christmas gift to all of you. I'll send you, Sophia May, the code directly so you can just download it and get busy working with it. And absolutely. And in fact, if you want to participate in the process, I'll start sending you guys pages out over the Lunar Light Entertainment Discord so that you can give me feedback and let me know what you think. But it's going to be uniquely in Frank Monday style, guys. So yeah, good magic, free gift from God. No worries, man. I appreciate you being here, beloved. And free gift from God is a wonderful resource too, Sophia. If you've got shit you want to talk about and learn, I don't know if you're on Discords or not, but you can get on the Discord and join the channel behind the scenes, and that can keep us in touch 24/7, right? You can also email me. My email's here on my information page of YouTube, and so you can find that pretty easily. You just have to click and go through a CAPTCHA or whatever to prove that you're not a robot. But yeah, my email, you can send me an email. I'm more than willing to communicate with you via email. And I think, Sophia, I think you already reached out to me on the Buy Me a Coffee page. So I think that we're already in contact via email. And I'll just direct email you. Yeah, email might be good. Yeah, email's the way to go, I think. Yeah, free gift from God knows what's up. Yeah, that's the thing too. There is a lot of people who are failures in life on YouTube trying to tell other people what to do. And it's like, good God, don't listen to those fucking people, right? Seek out some of those people that are winning. Like free gift from God, I know firsthand that you're winning, man. You've been out there on the journey with me for going on like 2 years now, and you've been winning, and you've had your successes and your failures, but you've got the attitude to get it done. You've got the right mindset to get out there and win and to continue winning and not give up. And you've got a wonderful personality and a good fucking sense of humor, right? All of those things are super important. In fact, the one treasure that we are cultivating lifetime from lifetime over and over and over again. The one thing we take with us that people deny and lie to you about all the time is your personality. You think your fucking personality right now, you guys, all you motherfuckers out there in Happy Land, you think this Frank Monday personality is something I just came up with in a day and a night? Fuck no, man. I've been cultivating the magician in my life, lifetime through lifetime. It took lifetimes of effort to get where I'm at right now. This shit just doesn't fucking emerge out of the darkness fully formed, right? It took lifetimes of effort to cultivate the personality of Frank Monday. It's a wonderful, beautiful treasure that I'll take on into my next lifetime and into the afterlife. When I'm dead and I arise up into the celestial sphere, it's still going to be me. It's going to be that golden, timeless, immortal personality that I take forward. That's not something you lose at the time of death. You know, these guys out there talking about, you're filled with ego and emotions and in your feelers. They don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They're ready to give up everything at death. They're such fools, man. And they'll end up where they end up, right? They're in this folly of, just bend over and let God take over. Fuck that. That's stupid. Do your work. I mean, this path isn't for everyone. There's a lot of people out there that would just love to give up and let AI Jesus take over their lives, right? The Most of the Christians out there, not the esoteric Christians, not the Rosicrucians, not the Hermetics, not the Freemasons, but these other asshats that are telling you just to give up and let some other spirit take you over. That's demonic possession. That's not what Jesus would recommend. Jesus said, I empower you to cast out demons. I empower you to raise the dead. I empower you to heal the sick minded, not to participate with them in their insanity, but to cast the demons out of them and to be done with them, walk away from them. If you don't have the power to control the demons, then do not summon them and do not go into their presence because it's a fucking battle, and those motherfuckers are going to try to parasite off of you and suck the life out of you and make you negative and knock your fucking dick in the dirt and take the jelly out of your donut and the pep out of your step because they're angry for being failures. They failed in life and they're continuing to be failures and they're fucking upset about it, right? They're having no successes and they want to drag you down with them. They might put on a good happy face while they're on camera and laugh about this and joke about that. But the truth comes out, their fucking horns emerge, right? When the lights are turned off and the roaches scuttle out of the shadows, right? You got to be wary of these people, man. It's not a game, and I'm not going to participate in it. I'm not going to lower myself to be on their level to say, yeah, he or she did this or he or she did that. Fuck all that. I'm just going to keep on doing good magic because that's what we're here for. We're here to get good magic done, right? Say it with me. The adoration of Abraxas. Holy art thou, Lord of the universe, the vast and the mighty one, creator of heaven and earth, maker of all things, visible and invisible, master of both the light and the darkness. He who was, is, and shall be. We adore thee and we invoke thee, Lord. Send us our holy guardian angel to protect and guide us through the innumerable snares of these serpents and that cleansing wind to disperse all their negativity and their endless human opinion. Teach us those secret, magical, arcane secrets that we must know to pierce through the veil and complete the great work in this lifetime. So it is commanded and confirmed. Hail unto Adonai. Amen. Ra. Holy art thou in thy rising. Hail unto thee who art raw in thy rising, even unto thee who art raw in thy strength, who travellest over the heavens at the uprising of the sun. Tahuti, god of magic, stands in the prow in his splendor, and Rahor abideth at the helm. Hail unto thee from the abodes of twilight. Here it is there, guys. That's powerful magic. That's the way we get it done. We don't fucking get on our knees and beg for salvation. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the beloved Son, with Socrates, right? We stand shoulder to shoulder with Lao Tzu. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the archangels in the heavenly kingdom. But still, we look up to the throne, right? Yod He Va He Ani Yahava. 就天愿来生普化天尊，就天愿来生普化天尊。When you do magic, guys, you start with the Kabbalistic cross. You pull down the energy of the throne, of the Ein Sof, or into the throne within, into Keter, right? And you invoke, Ata, I am here within the celestial kingdom, under the celestial dome, right? In the crown of Keter. on the tree of life. And you pull that all energy all the way down, spirit manifesting into Malkuth, right? For thine is the kingdom. You're bringing the kingdom straight down into the body with the first crossing of the body and the Kabbalistic cross. And then you reach out to Vagubra, the strength, right? I I am the kingdom. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory. Over to Vegubra Vegudla, all right? The glory, the Uma and Thurman, the glory and strength of God. And then the hands come together in supplication. Leolam, forever and ever. Amen. It's the last part of the divine prayer that Jesus commanded we speak every day, every moment of every day. It's an unending prayer from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, and even while you're sleeping. Our Father who art in heaven, thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. And you always give that grace unto God under the throne. I mean, you don't have to. You can do whatever the fuck you want. There's the door, right? Don't let it hit you in your ass on the way out. But that's what we get done here. We get done good magic. We do the magic of God and we stand in his presence. We don't cower beneath them. They are our brothers and sisters, our ancestors, our heavenly family. It is the timeless homeland. It's not some fucking lofty concept at the edge of the world. It's not after death. It's right here and now. The dead are among us, and my mother and father are proud of me for speaking this truth to you. They're both dead. They both passed into the realm beyond. They're both living with me now in my bodily cave. You know, you'll hear these fucking deceivers say things like the meat suit. Oh my God in heaven, how disrespectful is that? They'll vilify something like your ego, right? Your meat suit, your ego. When you hear those two fucking nasty, venomous, demonic words, know that you're dealing with a charlatan. Those are gifts from God. You've been empowered with a divine creation in the material sphere, a bodily workshop, the subtle origin, a workshop of the subtle origin of God's creative power. Whew. I got heated a little bit there for a second, guys. Those demons were making me angry because they approach me sometimes behind the scenes and they show their horns and their tails and their taloned feet, right? And their nastiness. And I think, man, you're a real motherfucker, aren't you? You done fucked around and pissed off a magician, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm a nice guy, right? Until I'm not. But once my fangs come out, you better watch the fuck out, man. I've been training, and I'm not going to say I'm a big old badass fighter, but I am a hell of a magician, man. And if I direct any kind of magic against you, ooh, God save you, because you in big trouble now, baby. You in big trouble, and I'm not going to. I would never deal flippantly with that, right? Even though I'm a proud member and a stakeholder in the wishy-washy soap factory, I'm not going to be wishy-washy in my magic ever. So just don't actively, you know, try to vilify me, and you'll be fine. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to do good magic, and so I'm gonna let go of that. All right, it's behind me now. I'm gonna let go of those demons. I'm gonna let them go their own way, do their own thing, you know, and they'll be dealt with in their own time. But I'm here for the rest of you. I'm here to keep doing good magic. We're at the bottom of the hour, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wander off into the abodes of the future. But I wanted that message to reach you, Sophia. You know, um, the culture of Christians are insane. You're right. And death is just another life. That's right. It's a passing beyond the veil. I can give you firsthand information that there is an afterlife and there are immortal beings who dwell there. There is a timeless homeland. There is an invisible college, right? Where magicians study during sleep. There is the sleep of Shyamalan. There are many magics in the world. There is an Aladdin's lamp. There is a Pandora's box. There is a beautiful, wonderful life waiting for those who are willing to work for it, to work tirelessly day and night to protect the fire of the eternal flame within them, the creative spark of God, right? Yeah, I heard about the government shutdown. Free gift from God. Don't give a fuck. Government's been shut down since I was a kid, man. I don't even know that the government's ever operated efficiently. I think they ought to shut the motherfucker down and let people who work hard take over. You know, kick all those old politicians out into the streets and cut their fucking funding. They should shut the American government down. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. I heard the motherfuckers gonna go. They're gonna be writing for the EBT card, right? Got to feed my chillins. You better give me some government cheese, baby. Uh, Let me see. I'm gonna read through the chat, guys. Sophia, blessings to you, beloved. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me rant for a little while. Know that I'll be back soon. Within 24 hours, I'm gonna do another live stream. But I got a lot of work to do here. I'm not gonna do any of this housework though. I'm just gonna get myself busy. I'm gonna do some kung fu meditation, have a little lunch, and then I'm gonna write some stuff down, man, because you guys got me inspired. I want to start on that PDF right away. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some paper and pencil and start making a workbook to break some of you out of the chains of this material enslavement and let you know that your body protected and nourished and welcomed in the Tao and welcomed back to the fold. Welcome back to the Esoteric Order of Dagon, guys. Eastern Star Division, where we use the true magic of the Christ to break free from demonic possession and from the clutches of these evil fucking charlatans and deceivers in this world. Takes incantations, death. Let me see. I'm catching up on the chat real quick as I sign off, guys. After those you're trying, man. They do. They're not gonna let us grow. That's okay though. We don't need to. As long as there's one good person here on YouTube, then I'm here for it. That's all there is. I don't need a big audience. I need one caring person in the chat. That's it. Yeah, that's okay, Sophia. Get out there. Get caught up in the drama. Don't worry about that. Don't be guilty. Don't feel any guilt over that. It's a part of your growing process. Keep getting out there. Keep throwing punches. Keep rolling with the punches. Keep doing good magic. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Do what you gonna do. That's your virtue. If you feel compelled to interact with them and fight with them and try to bring them back to center, then get it done. Don't let nobody stop you on your mission. Okay, if you're reaching out to your parents and your sister, I hope that there's some resolution there for you. But at the same time, too, don't live in the past. Past gonna be the past. Start moving forward. If it ain't gonna happen, it ain't gonna happen. Um, and I'm not sure if they're living or dead, but yeah, we should take care of the temple of God. Yes, good. Glad you sent them away. Thank you so much, Frank. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. Blessings to you, beloved. Good magic, and I'm glad you were here. No worries for my children. Yeah, yeah, and don't worry. Like my mother was a huge worrier. I'm not going to tell you what to do. You do whatever you want to do. But my mom, she worried her whole life, and she finally gave up towards the end when she finally hit about 60. And she's like, I wish I never would have worried. Worry never got nothing done. Never fucking helped nobody. But it was because she cared, right? And don't stop caring. If you do worry about them, then call upon the Lord to send his angels to keep watch over them. And that's all you can do. And then let it go. Let it go, you know. Don't let that worry wear you out. And eat something nourishing for your liver. In Chinese medicine, they say that the liver causes worry. So I forget exactly what vegetables and stuff are good, but I know that dark green vegetables like spinach and Chinese broccoli are extremely nourishing to the liver. And so if you do find yourself worrying, then definitely eat some of those dark green veggies and see if that doesn't help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my mother, she that was her claim to fame is that she was a worry wart. But I think to some extent she helped kept me protected and she made me a bit of a worry wart, but she also made me extremely diligent in maintaining housework and she made me very caring and loving towards my children and she did a lot of good for me and I love my mother. God rest her soul beyond the veil. She's a she was a saint. She never gave up on her children. She constantly worried about every one of us and always called to make sure we were doing well and would always send a little extra money or bend over backwards to help us. And I'll do the same thing for my children. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, Sophia. Blessings to you. There's nothing wrong with you, Sophia. You are loved in God's kingdom. Every single flaw, every hair on your head, everything about you is cherished and loved by the Lord. And as a disciple of His teaching, that means by me as well. So, yes, good blessings to you. Happy Halloween and good magic, Sophia. I'll see all of you guys on the next transmission. Until then, ad astra prospera. Keep doing good magic, guys. And blessings from Twilight Zone Old Peking. Frank Monday here, signing off for now.